And welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. Part 3 with the Audi Allroad. And in the last video I've done an oil change, some basic service for the DSG, and we managed to work out the MMI, set up the air suspension, and while the car was on the ramp and the covers were off, I did spot that there's an issue with the suspension arms. So we already have everything here. We have genuine bushes ready to go on. Reason why we're just changing the bushes, it's price, and second of all, I don't really want to replace something that's not necessary for aftermarket, because the genuine, by my opinion, it's better quality. So there's nothing wrong with the ball joints. We'll be just pressing out the old bushes from the wishbones, putting the new ones on, and I'm really hoping in this video we'll sort out the immobilizer as well. So we have to put the car in a service mode. We will remove the lower wishbones and we'll put them on the press. So let's get to it. Okay, so meanwhile we are down here. Just gonna quickly check the service what we've done. So far no leaks, looking good. Oil holding, all good. So I have to drop off these subframe support again. The car shouldn't actually be driven without it, because you can damage the subframe, it will get twisted or something. The good thing is on the A6 we don't have to, I think we don't have to remove or lift up the power steering rack. The bolt will come out nicely. But we have to remove this heat shield to get out the bolt for that arm, and same on the other side, there's a heat shield, so I think it will be cool. The only problem will be this ball joint, which have to come out from the hub, and we don't have the best ramp to actually do it, because there's not loads of space between the ramp and the hammering space. So it will be fun, still it will be fun, but we need to get it done, because I just can't have bushes like this on the car. It's just not right. So okay, we're gonna lift the car up and let's get to it. Okay guys, so I did remove the heat shield, so we can finally get to the bolt for the suspension arm. And I'm actually surprised it does a bit of a different way than the S4, S5, B8 what we used to do. Of course it's a different subframe, so it will be done a bit different way. I will probably clean it up a bit before I put it back, and of course there are a few more attachment points. And both of them are double, so we have one heat shield which goes on to the other side is the same. And of course I'm more than happy to have more attachment points, because usually what's happened, how it's vibrating and moving a bit, it will create a bigger hole, and basically they're just gonna be rattling and they can fall off. Also from this side there is additional coolant pump, I believe, for the gearbox, so that's holding the same time onto the heat shield. And yeah, I'm more than happy to actually do a bit of more work to remove them, because we already have few cars when some other funny garages were doing the arm replacements or whatever, and they just basically bust a hole through the heat shield and it just look a bit dodgy. So we can continue. so I removed the arms, as you can tell. Of course you can tell because I'm filming it, and I have to actually move the power steering as well, well, you already know because I'm filming it. And the reason why they were removed is this. So we have huge cracks in the bushings, and I think the fluid or liquid which is in there is not there anymore because this is moving too much. The other one is not better. The front ones were a bit better. This one is sort of fine, but the shock absorber one is not in the center anymore. Especially this one is much lower than the other one. So we will be replacing basically 6 bushes over here. The new ones, brand spanking new, are over here. I also have to make sure that I measure the distance from the top to the arm, because that have to be the same. And of course, you know, typical, you're doing something, you always find something. So the upper arms, I'm not really happy with them, especially this one here, don't look really good, as you can probably tell. So I decide to replace all bushes on the top arms as well, because you have to go for trucking, and I don't have time to go for trucking 5-6 times a month and be spending time because we have loads of work to do. As you can probably tell, way too much work to do. So we have to be working on customer cars, not on our own cars. So yeah, the plan is we'll press them out, we'll press these in, and I'm really hoping it will be all good. Okay guys, so we managed to put the new bushes into the arms. As you can probably tell that the old bushes were completely dead, and there should be some fluid inside, which was not longer in there. So that's why I have a bit of a funny noise sometimes when I went over a speed hump. And the new bushes are in. Of course, I measured the distance in the arms where it should sit, so it's probably sort of in the same place. I did have a problem to find something what will directly fit onto this diameter, because as you can tell, it's really thin. As soon as you will not put something directly onto the housing and push it out nicely, you will just damage the rubber, or you will not be able to actually press it out. So we use old wheel bearing, or the bit from the wheel bearing, to push out these big ones. On the front arms, I basically push out the rubber mounting out first, and then I just pressed in the new bush into the arm, which the same time pushed out the old bush. So they are nicely inserted in place as it should be. And as I mentioned, I want to do the upper arms as well. So I rang TPS and they send me 2 what I need, but they messed up the order and they send me another 2 what I already have there. So thank you very much, TPS. Today is Saturday. They're not coming earlier than Tuesday, unfortunately. So anyways, I will put these lower arms back into the car. I can do at least 2 of them, so I'm gonna do one side for now. I'm gonna put the car back on the wheels and everything, and it can't be in the way actually because we have more things to do. But yeah, that's why the videos are taking longer sometimes, guys, because we order something and nothing is coming on time, or bids are missing, and it's just day by day by day, and it's just getting delayed and delayed. So same situation here, but never mind. Okay, let's put these arms back on and then we will continue with the up ones. Okay guys, so the car's off the ramp. We did manage to put the suspension back on. Everything was tight when the car was under load, so we didn't damage the new bushes. Next step will be installing the immobilizer I was mentioning. So we have the immobilizer here. This is the one from Germany, and it's the Pro one, so I will have the application in the phone. I'll be managed to basically put in the service wall. If I need to, I can add and remove people who can actually use the car. It is a CAN bus immobilizer, so there's quite few on the market. We decided to use this one, and for a security reason I will not film it where it is installed, how it's installed, but I'll show you once it's installed how it's actually working. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so the last bit in this video was the security of the car, as you can tell. So I will switch my Bluetooth off, and obviously we installed the CAN bus immobilizer, which is blocking the starter. And I think in today's vehicles, especially in the modern vehicles with the keyless entry, is something we must have, especially around West Midlands. If you live here, you probably know the cars are getting stolen every single day. And the reason why they're getting stolen, it's quite easy to actually clone the key or get the signal from the key, and you can just jump in the car, run away with it. So that was the reason why we didn't use the car too much ever since till now when it's actually installed. And I just want to show you how it works. This is a CAN bus immobilizer from Germany. So we did few vehicles with it, and I'm very happy how it's working and how it's done, and especially it's not affecting the interior anyhow, and it's comfortable as well for everyday usage. So I have the Pro version, and as I said, my Bluetooth is switched off. So if I'll jump in the car, obviously the car don't know it's me at the moment. So what will happen? It shouldn't start. So first position, brake on, and nothing will happen. I can hear the fuel pump coming on, but the engine obviously won't start. So when the immobilizer was installed, I basically pair this phone. There's a special procedure how to pair the phone. You just can't come and connect with a Bluetooth and run away with the car. There is a special procedure, and this phone is the main device for the immobilizer. So from this phone I can add any users or remove any users anytime. So I think that's brilliant when you have a girlfriend or you have a family who's using the car daily as you, or you know, there's more users, you can actually just add them. Or anytime when you don't have really good relationships or you broke up with your girlfriend, you can remove them anytime. Of course, in case of your battery will die on the phone, there is a second option. You can select random buttons as your pin from 14 to 16. So in this case I will just put my pin in, just to show you that the lights flashes. Brilliant. So that means it confirmed that I put the correct pin, and now I can start the car. So in case you don't have your phone or whatever, you can just put the pin in, it will accept the code and you can run the car. If you don't actually have this Pro version, is not connected with the Bluetooth, every single time you jump in the car you have to put the pin in, which for me is a bit of annoying, and I don't want to be pressing something every single time when I'm jumping the car. So we decided to go for this Pro version, which I think is absolutely amazing. You can also select some kind of a service mode. So if you drop in the car somewhere trusty and obviously somebody's taking responsibility for your car in their premises or whatever, you can just disable the immobilizer. They can use the car normally. Obviously if you have your Bluetooth on, the car will actually recognize straight away that the device which is actually paired to the vehicle is in the car, and obviously it will work. So if I'll jump out of the car right now, all I have to do is lock the vehicle. So as soon as the vehicle is actually locked, the immobilizer is armed again, and I have my Bluetooth on now. So I'm just going to unlock the vehicle, jump into the car, and the immobilizer recognizes straight away that the device which is paired to the immobilizer is in the car, which means the hazard light flashes to confirm it, and I can just start the car straight away. So you don't have to press anything, you don't have to do anything. It's fully automated, and it's just not wasting your time pressing the buttons. So every single time you will actually jump into the vehicle, the hazard light will flash, you'll shut it down, they will flash again, you open the door, there you go. So obviously the immobilizer knows something is going on. If you will leave your phone outside vehicle, and my Bluetooth is on, okay, just over here, and it will try to actually start the car. It shouldn't start now. So as you can tell, I have my foot on the brake, my mobile phone is outside the car, and the immobilizer knows that the device is not located in the vehicle, and actually it will not allow to start, which is great, because in case somebody will knock you out of the car, yeah, and you still have your phone with you, obviously, you know, the car will be just stationary and they couldn't start the vehicle. So for me, this is something what you should have these days, especially like I said, around this area. It is a bit funny, people are taking other people's car for some reason, and I think these immobilizers is something additional what you should have. That's the immobilizer installed, so I think we can finally use the car, and I'm not afraid to actually leave it somewhere on the car park or whatever and getting back after 1 or 2 hours, and there will be just an empty spot Just don't want to go through the traumatized process of a stolen vehicle, and especially I don't want to lose this particular car because it's too good to be stolen. So the installation took me probably clean labor wise about 4 hours, and like I said, it's hidden somewhere in the interior of the vehicle. Most of the time I was basically stripping all the plastics down, so obviously whoever wants to find it will probably waste a couple of hours to actually disarm it by disconnecting it from all the wiring. So the cost of the immobilizer is something about £400 including installation, which is not that bad. Especially this is the Pro version. If you want to have the basic version, it's a bit cheaper, but I think it's a bit too annoying to put the buttons in all the time. So it is 24th century, and I think this is something what's necessary these days. But yeah, in this video we've seen the suspension arms were done, as well as the security, and I'm really hoping in the next video we will process the exterior of the vehicle. So we will start the deep cleaning, decontamination, take all the under trays off. I'm really wondering what will be underneath the under trays around the wheels. I'm really hoping it won't be dirty too much, and we would like to proceed with the PPF and basically drop the headliner with all the interior stuff to get it retrimmed and just move on, do something else on the vehicle finally. So thank you for watching, guys. We'll probably see you in the next video working on maybe customer cars. I don't know, see where I'll edit it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care for now.